These dudes hit the ball.
Yeah.
They can hit.
Toronto gets bat on ball. Their guys are all hitting, and the Dodgers guys are not. And last night was another example.
What is the number one reason the Dodgers are down 3-2?
The Blue Jays are better than them?
It's a hot take.
Dodgers built perfect, but maybe they forgot to put in the clutch. Team right now that is making the other team uncomfortable. It's Toronto.
Wrong in his prediction.
Over. Because Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman ain't losing. It's not happening. This series is over.
And while he was wrong, the Blue Jays players witnessed this conversation.
About Vladdy after losing the 18-inning game. When he's like, they got to win 4.
Yeah,
Turn the music on. We're fine.
And that mentality beat someone you know from the opposing team.
Their MVPs are MIA.
Imagine a night so shocking, so absolutely electric, that it left legends in ruins, minted new icons, and forced an entire sport to rethink what it thought it knew about power, destiny, and October baseball. Picture tuning in expecting Hollywood heroics only to witness the Dodgers, baseball's most expensive dynasty, unravel under the bright lights, while a brash, hungry Blue Jays squad stormed the stadium, rewriting every rule and stealing the soul of the series. Right there on your screen, Stephen A. Smith, Colin Cowherd, and the First Things First crew nearly lose their minds in real time, dissecting every moment and asking the questions the entire world is suddenly dying to answer. This is more than a baseball game. This is history detonated, dissected, and debated in the wildest week Major League Baseball has seen in years. Before Game 5, baseball's world watched with bated breath. The Los Angeles Dodgers were the juggernaut, the super team forged by billions and believed unbeatable. Shohei Ohtani, the two-way superhero, wowed both at the plate and on the mound. Freddie Freeman, the steady MVP, was the heart, Mookie Betts, the spark, Will Smith, the leader behind the plate. All season long, media storylines centered on destiny fulfilled. Every win seemed to confirm it, and fans in LA, tired of almost seasons, craved immortality. But October laughs at money and reputation. The Dodgers entered the World Series battered and tired already. Their bullpen, so strong early, looked gassed as the days grew cooler. Mistakes on the base paths, untimely errors, and hints of pressure started to crack the surface. One 18-inning war left their arms spent and their momentum questionable. Across the diamond, the Toronto Blue Jays, a team forged in adversity. Their season was a patchwork of slumps, stunning sweeps, and improbable hot streaks. Yet every time the experts counted them out, the Jays refused to die. At the center of it, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the face, the horse, the soul of October 2025. His mates, Bo Bichette, George Springer, and a cast of unheralded role players surrounded him with youth and energy. Their manager, John Schneider, wasn't afraid to play small ball, use pinch runners, and keep players loose with music and swagger. As Game 5 opened, the tension was so thick you could bottle it. The Dodgers started Blake Snell, their answer to Toronto's timely bats, league strikeout leader, and a pitcher known for shutting down rallies. The fans were ready. Legends were ready. The vibe, coronation, not catastrophe. But the first pitch told everyone just how little the past meant. Davis Schneider, Toronto's underdog leadoff hitter and October folk hero, took a mighty swing and deposited the ball into the left field bleachers. A shot heard clear to Lake Ontario. 2 pitches later, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. followed with a blast of his own, making World Series history with back-to-back leadoff homers. In just 2 swings, the Jays had done something nobody in 120 years of October baseball had ever done: set the tone, stole the crowd, and put the Dodgers in a panic from the jump. Shockwaves weren't just mathematical, they were psychological. For the first time all season, you saw doubt flicker in LA's dugout. The swagger turned to confusion. Dave Roberts looked at his bullpen. The fans, who moments before were roaring, suddenly sat stunned. Meanwhile, Toronto's bench erupted in celebration, their belief redoubling every second. Guerrero Jr. wasn't done. In the 4th, he jumped on a slider, ripping a double past a diving Max Muncy. In the 6th, he took a walk, then blitzed around the bases on Bo Bichette's single. Between innings, he orchestrated huddles, pranked his teammates, and kept the energy fun, winning with swagger, with laughter, with purpose. But don't mistake joy for lack of focus. Every pitch, Vlad looked to punish mistakes. Every rally, he was the centerpiece, even when the ball didn't find his bat. Behind Vince Jr., Bo Bichette booked a night to remember: a diving stab in the hole to Rob Betts, crisp singles, and a clutch 2-out, two-run double that broke the game open. George Springer, sore but determined, drew key walks and set the table. John Schneider pinched hit, pinch ran, and laid down perfect bunts with rookie Ernie Clement, forcing the Dodgers defense into chaos. But nothing turned heads like Toronto's young pitcher, Trey Yesavage, the unlikeliest of Game 5 heroes. At only 22 and barely a month in the majors, Yesavage was asked to stare down a juggernaut and save an exhausted bullpen. The rookie, pitching with the poise of a veteran, flat-out dominated 7 innings, 12 strikeouts, a World Series rookie record. His arsenal, particularly his splitter, had LA's best hitters flailing helplessly. Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, none had answers. After Kike Hernandez managed 1 home run in the third, Yesavage unleashed 8 consecutive outs, 5 by strikeout, freezing Dodger bats and hearts. The Blue Jays capitalized on every Dodgers mistake. Teoscar Hernandez dropped a simple fly for a triple, Betts was picked off base, and Will Smith's wild relay turned into 2 more Toronto runs in the 6th. Manager Dave Roberts made changes, but nothing stuck. LA's vaunted bullpen coughed up hits, allowed stolen bases, and failed to steady the ship. If you look to the LA dugout by the 7th, the signs were there, frustration on every face, shoulders slumped, veterans huddling in silence. Ohtani swung for the fences, but fouled back late-breaking sliders. Freeman grounded into the shift. Muncy watched a painted fastball catch the black. The crowd, rattled early, grew quiet and tense. More than 50,000 fans came for a celebration by the 9th, many headed for the exits. What does a meltdown of this scale do to a city, a team, a generation of fans? Social media, as always, did not hold back. Stephen A. Smith's segment trended instantly with his trademark cut. Dodgers choked hard, end of story. This isn't just a game, it's a statement on focus, on hunger, on heart. Colin Cowherd called it a gut check, a wake-up call for management, and for the so-called dynasty to rethink everything. The first things first crew, while more analytical, hammered a critical theme. Toronto played joyful chaos baseball. LA played scared. Meanwhile, Toronto's socials exploded in joyous defiance. Hashtags like number north of normal, number Vladara, and number Yesavage the Savage trended across Canada and half the states. Viral clips showed Springer leading dugout dances, Bichette air guitaring after his double, and Clement's post-game TikTok with fans chanting outside the LA team hotel. Old Jays legends did live streams marveling at the new blood. Even casual fans wanted in bars stayed open late in Ontario. Families FaceTime from across provinces, reminiscing on 92 and 93 glory. What magnifies this story are the personal journeys. Guerrero Jr., tasked as a franchise savior since his teenage years, finally exploded on the world's grandest stage. Years of questions about pressure, weight, and maturity faded with every home run trot, every viral post-game grin. Yesavage, all but unknown months ago, became a folk hero, proof that hunger, grit, and a touch of luck can outshine payroll, press, and past postseason pain. Bo Bichette's transformation wasn't lost on anyone either. Once known for his streakiness, his October transformation was complete, clutch at the plate, fearless in the field, and vocal in the clubhouse. Springer, brought in for nights like this, played through pain, got on base, kept pitchers off balance, and celebrated like a rookie. A true upset isn't just about what the winner does, it's about what falls apart for the favorite. For the Dodgers, every question that had lurked in the background became a crisis overnight. Did the bullpen lose steam because of overuse? Did Dave Roberts pull Snell too quickly? Did the lineup get too lefty-heavy down the stretch? Were the $700 million investments in Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman enough to win a modern war of attrition? Fans on message boards, radio shows, and Twitter called for heads to roll. Speculation on future trades, coaching changes, and front office shakeups grew. But fair or not, big moments come down to execution. The Dodgers didn't get timely hits. They didn't make the best defensive plays when it counted. They didn't cash in their base runners, capitalize on errors, or play as loose and hungry as their underdog opponent. The stats say it all. 10 runners stranded, 2 errors, and 12 strikeouts, a harsh script for a star-studded cast. All this sets up Game 6, poised to deliver either closure for a city 30 years desperate for a title or one of the most pressure-packed comebacks LA could dream up. Toronto, now riding unbreakable momentum, returns home. Barrios takes the mound, rested and confident, aware that Bichette and Guerrero Jr. will have the loudest crowd they've ever played for. Springer, once doubted and now beloved, craves the big hit. Meza, Swanson, and Yesavage await for their relief roles, ready to etch new stories in the city's already storied sports lore. If you're Blue Jays manager John Schneider, you probably don't change a thing. Lean on Vlad's fire, trust in Bichette's spark, play chaos ball, whenever possible bunt, run. Dare the Dodgers to match energy for energy. If Bichette or Vlad gets on base early, expect the dominoes to fall quickly. But don't count out Toronto's new team defense. Recent games saw highlight grabs by Barger, Springer robbing homers, and Kirk picking off runners at first. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts, meanwhile, faces bigger questions than he's ever managed. Can Buehler rediscover his postseason ace form? Does Ohtani, perhaps a bit exposed at the plate, step up as a hitter or reclaim that legendary never quit pitching using short relief? Does Freeman find his power, or does he press and fall further into a slump? LA's path forward isn't stats or history, it's attitude. They have to play loose, aggressive, but fundamentally sound. Take extra bases, play small to build rallies, and lean hard on Buehler's fastball-slider combo. If LA wins Game 6, history suggests all bets are off in October. Meanwhile, the city of Toronto is bracing. Downtown streets are closed for viewing parties. Scalpers are making headlines, charging thousands for a seat at Rogers Center. Bars have set up giant screens for fan zones, fans are painting their faces, and O Canada will ring out with unprecedented ferocity. If the Jays close it out, you'll see celebrations that top Bass 92's heroes. But if the Dodgers win, Game 7, the tension, the stakes, the legends on both sides, and the entire baseball world holds its breath. Player psychology now matters more than stats. Can Vlad Jr. keep his focus, ignore distractions, and stay hot? Will Barrios lean into the moment or struggle with nerves? For LA, Ohtani knows his global legacy is at stake. Freeman knows his Dodgers story may be defined by the next swing. Betts wants redemption after 2 costly missed chances. Analysts are now truly split. Some say Toronto in 6 is destiny, that the fever pitch of home crowd, Vlad's MVP campaign, Bichette's streak, and unsung depth have aligned to form the blueprint for an MLB dynasty. Others argue all it takes is one LA rally, a big game from Betts, and we're staring at another October chapter for the underdog, humble Giants storyline. Social media continues to debate every angle. Was Snell's quick hook the turning point? Should Roberts be replaced next season? How will Yesavage's meteoric rise change MLB scouting focus next year? Even outside the ballpark, the energy's different. Canadian sports writers compare this Jays club to hockey dynasties, invoking names like Gretzky and Lemieux. U.S. pundits see this collapse as a changing of the guard, proof that baseball's next superstars might not be minted in LA, New York, or Houston, but north of the border, where energy and urgency trump money and marketing. The chaos ball approach, attacking every at-bat, running until forced out, bunting for surprise, has already inspired think pieces from coast to coast. Is this the new era, the new champions archetype, the new anti-dynasty? So with Game 6 on the horizon, what should fans expect? For Toronto, urgency, togetherness, and a home crowd trying to will every swing into history. For LA, a desperate attempt to rewrite a script few thought could be this cruel, leaning on veterans to force a Game 7. If this postseason has taught anything, it's that October is for legends and underdogs alike, for the brave who want it more in the final innings. And that brings us to legacy. If Toronto wins, this team is immortal. Guerrero Jr. earns his seat next to Carter, Alomar, and Molitor. Yesavage becomes a future reference point for every big league rookie with dreams. Bichette and Springer, once doubted, achieve vindication. For the city, this is catharsis, a new generation's memory, the kind of celebration that can light up a country. If the Dodgers mount a comeback, if Buehler finds his inner ace, if Ohtani and Freeman redeem themselves, it becomes the stuff of LA sports lore. We never gave up. We seized our moment. We proved the doubters wrong. There are no scripts, only moments, only legends made in the fire of the now. Either way, Game 6 and potentially Game 7 are set to become the defining drama, not only of this October, but of a generation of baseball fans. Before you go, remember this isn't just a highlight reel. On the Show Insider, we break down every twist, every upset, every wild debate. Subscribe now for the sharpest takes, hottest highlights, and your VIP seat to the creation of baseball's next dynasties. Drop your MVP prediction. Does Vlad own history? Or can LA spark the greatest October turnaround yet? What shocked you most in Game 5? Blow up the comments and join the community, because this World Series finale is the baseball event you'll be telling your grandkids about. Stay with us for the Final Act. Sports doesn't get any better than this.